Hey guys, today we're talking about the Real Steel E771 Sea Eagle. Quite a nice folding knife from Real Steel. Now you guys probably saw, if you've been around a while, that I did review the Real Steel Bushcraft fixed blade knife in D2, and I was super impressed with it. The D2 actually is just as good as other D2 knives I have, which is always a concern whenever you have a foreign knife using American steel that they're just going to screw it up. I was super impressed with it, so I decided to check out the folders, and I gotta say I was absolutely blown away by this knife. These guys are for real. Real Steel is actually a part of SanRenMu. They are now kind of the premium line of SanRenMu. They're basically making folding knives and I think a couple fixed blades with premium materials, whereas the SanRenMu line typically uses, ACR13 and other alphabet soup steels. So let's go over the numbers real quick. This is a 3.74 inch blade made of 14C28N Sandvik stainless steel at a 58 to 60 HRC Rockwell hardness. Thickness is 0.14 inches or 3.5 millimeters for you evil metric people. Overall length 8.46 inches, and you have a choice between G10 or carbon fiber handles. Weight 4.21 ounces or 120 grams if you're a tea drinker. Made in China. No offense to those who like the metric system. I know it is better. Yeah, we're not even going to go there. Let's just keep going before I lose subscribers. What do I like about this thing? The action. This is by far, when we zoom out here, you'll see, this is by far the smoothest folding knife I've ever owned. It actually is smoother than my Spyderco Manix 2, which is pretty well renowned for being one of the smoothest knives on the market that you can get that isn't, full-on custom. This is a flipper design, not open construction. It does have a back spacer in there. You can see before we do get to flipping this, it has really nice blade centering, really good deep carry pocket clip, one position only, which is right hand tip down. But you can see that is one smooth flipper. No flick of the wrist required. Not even a big effort. This thing is just smooth as can be. And check this out. We even hold it upright, and I can still open it without flicking my wrist. That's completely, 100% vertical, guys. Behind a camera, and I'm not even right-handed. So, liner lock, very nice, thick liner lock. You can see the lockup is fair, not the best on the market, not the worst. But it's got a really good, no blade play either side. Very good solid lockup. You can see it has that back spacer. You have basically two metal liners and then the carbon fiber over it. I really wished that I had gotten G10. This carbon fiber is just too slippery for hard use. So, okay, I'm a complete total sucker for this knife because number one, it is just so smooth. I mean, this thing just feels like it's on glass. And when you look in there, all I can see is two what looks like bronze washers. There could be some Teflon or something like that in there. Who knows? This thing came like this. No adjustments. Didn't have to adjust the pivot. Didn't have to lube it. Nothing. This thing, guys, if you're into just flipping knives and having fun, man, this is probably the funnest knife I've ever owned. And you would think, because it is so smooth, lots of times you get worried that, oh boy, the detent on the blade probably isn't very strong. Nope, it is not coming out. I've tried and tried and tried. That is not coming out. Often what happens when you have really smooth knives is because it has a really crappy detent. This knife actually has a good detent and is very smooth. Whatever Real Steel is doing, holy cow, very pleased. Very, very pleased. I mean, look at this, guys. I mean, this is about a $50 knife, so it's not cheap. But you look at this. Blade centering's perfect. Action smooth. Decent pocket clip. Decent blade steel. 14C28N is not the best steel on the market, but it's definitely not the worst. It's a very adequate steel for EDC. It's a decent stainless steel. It's a good flipper design. It fits well in the pocket. The edge It came very sharp out of the box. I've sharpened this a couple times now. Very sharp out of the box. Very well ground edge. Very even. You know, it's even on both sides. No flaws. I mean, it really looks like it was done well. It's got that stone wash finish on the blade. I really like stone washes. You know, I know they're a little more care, but man, do I like it. All the edges, no rough edges, nothing, you know. Fit and finish on this is actually pretty good. I mean, comparatively, you know, the fact that you have this, and but there's no sharp edges on the carbon fiber, nothing like that. You can actually, if you're looking close here, you can see that carbon fiber is even chamfered. It's got a little chamfer on the edges. It's really small and it's kind of tough to see, but it is. It's actually a little tiny bit of chamfering on there. These guys, they really did a nice job with this knife for the money. I mean, this is quality I haven't seen in a $50 knife. And it's good in the hand. You know, it fits really good in the hand. It's got that jimping on the blade, even though it is the carbon fiber and it is a little slippery. This thing fits well in the hand. It locks in really well. There is a little bit of a lanyard hole in there, so if you want to put one in there, you can definitely put one in there. But it fits nice. It's a good blade length. Flips like a dream. My God, you know, as far as I'm concerned, $50 knife, you know, wow, you know, I'd buy this any day of the week, guys. You know, this is probably one of the best purchases I've made. I've really, you know, I mean, I just can't say enough. This thing, how smooth this thing is, just amazing, just beautiful. I mean, you can just hear it in the lockup. It just has a really nice lockup. It mates together, the liner lock and the knife mate together really well. You can see that stop pin there that holds the blade, you know, nice and tight. Everything about this knife is done very, very well. And that's what I expect out of a $50 knife. I've paid more for worse. And I think Real Steel, if they keep this up, is going to be a major name in the knife industry very soon. So, show you that real quick. Sea Eagle E771. Very nice, very smooth knife. I wish I got in a G10. You know, I do tell you, the carbon fiber is a little slick. You bring this out, you know, doing something, you got oily hands or something, you're going to regret it. So I do recommend the G10, but if you really like that carbon fiber, I know it's the rage, it's okay. Just not, oh, I love it. I could do this all day. I could do this all day. I really do like it. What a nice knife. What a nice feel. What a nice flip to it. You know, so much I like about this knife, and so much it's done well.